Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching New Vision TV News. We broadcast from the New Vision newsroom. We take a look at news in business.
In business today, the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, will host the 64th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference in Uganda from the 22nd to 29th September. Kadaga, who is also the President-designate 2018-2019 of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, CPA, will host the conference along the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Uganda branch. According to a communique from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, the annual event will bring together over 500 parliamentarians, parliamentary staff and decision-makers from across the Commonwealth for the conference and networking opportunity. We speak to Edna Mubiru, the business editor at New Vision, on the significance, influence and benefits of such large meetings in Uganda. Ofono Pondo, the government spokesperson, says that every Ugandan, especially the business community, should already be brushing their shoes. Hi Edna, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. This conference, yes, it's good for us. It is a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
But are there any economic implications?
Yes, they are. Like I always say, every time you have people coming in, it's a huge opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think when you look at the numbers, they're saying we'll have about 500 delegates because the speakers will come in. They all have teams.
Right.
Because we have these numbers and people from all over the world, we shall have also media, international media. So I think it's a great exposure opportunity, you see. And the moment you expose yourself, someone will notice. And what we need to do now is what else are we going to show these people? I know that UTB is part of the conversation.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be some excursions.
Yeah, Uganda Tourism Board.
Yes, so there'll be excursions for these delegates. And if they love the country, they will come back in their own capacity as individuals with family and friends.
That's true.
So that is an opportunity to showcase ourselves in terms of tourism. But there are also other people that are going to benefit during the duration of the conference. Yes. These people will need places to stay. So the hoteliers will definitely have some money coming in. The people that supply the food to the hotels are also going to do well.
Will the dollars coming in have any influence on our shilling?
Well,
we can't tell.
Usually with conferences, we don't see the impact much. We usually see the impact like at the end of the month when either people are taking out money or there's money coming in for the NGO world. I haven't really followed the conferences, the impact, but this is actually a good time to start.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting. So we're all looking out for the Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference, and well, for those of you who can do some jobs there, you know, we have also influencers.
Oh, yes.
I think they have work to do. Well, that's pretty much it. We look forward.
Thank you, Lena, for news in business. We now move on to our Pearl of Africa series. Today we look at why the white egret is loved. Now, Uganda has 1,061 bird species in total. These are concentrated in forests, lakes, the sky, and even in the mountains. Today we look at one of the most adorable species, the white egret, locally known as Enyange. The egret is loved and treasured because of white feathers, which keep it immaculately clean. In fact, its name Enyange is simultaneously used to depict cleanliness. Found in many parts of Uganda, the egret flies in large flocks, and their snow-white plumage is so fascinating to watch as they fly in V-shaped formation. In Kampala City, you don't have to look far beyond the center to see thousands of Egrets, for they congregate at the Kabaka's lake. The locals have an old saying that if only the Kabaka wanted to enjoy his royalty to the full, he would only employ Egrets to brew his beer. In fact, several old laundry companies used to include the word Nyange in their names. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. A newspaper, the Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories. We now move on to our special report today. Several recent reports on arrests and probes of suspected corrupt officials shows that the fight against corruption is getting tight. New Vision TV explores the endeavors.
In July, Titus Muhofa, Senior Disaster Management Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister, was charged with embezzling 30.6 million Uganda shillings meant for the purchase of food for refugees displaced from neighboring Tanzania. State Minister for Investment, Evelyn Anita, is under probe over Uganda Telecom Limited, and Judicial Service Commission Permanent Secretary Rose Lukwago Nassali is charged alongside two officials with causing financial loss and abuse of office. There have been other big and small cases, but in the fight against graft, the size of acts of corruption is not the issue. An individual who diverts 1 million shillings or less could gradually develop the appetite to steal huge sums. Therefore, they must be dealt with as harshly as one who carries away billions. It also follows criticism that only small fish are caught as the big ones go scot-free is misplaced on two grounds. One, the so-called small fish could grow into big ones through promotions or joining politics and becoming leaders in their central or local government. There, they continue thieving land while a small fish. Two, the small fish could be the big fish route to the till. So, once cut off, the big fish is starved and probably exposed. Corruption is a big problem, blamed for poor service delivery as money is diverted to individuals' pockets. This deprives the public of services and enriches the few entrusted with the money and duty to serve the country. Not only are the people denied services, but also hurt because they contribute to the raising of the money through taxes. Furthermore, corruption kills the incentive to pay tax, which raises another developmental challenge. It has become common for people to ask why they should pay taxes and get no return as the money is stolen. The consequences of corruption are dire. The immediate one is constriction of development, which bears social, economic, and political problems. Some critics say people's voices are suffocated in Uganda, that they cannot talk about issues pressing them. Today, people are freely speaking out against corruption. Some are whistleblowers. This is a big achievement to bolster the fight against the vice. Because they are talking, the corrupt are aware that people now know that corruption is real, and there are some of those who are thriving on it. But the problem is the flip side. Some of the corrupt people who are outside the graft circle long to join the corrupt club. They would quickly take up a government job to eat. This explains why jobs in the remote districts are quickly filled by people with fairly good positions in the private sector or in established urban centers. It could also be tempting for the opposition politicians. Since they are not part of the establishment, they can speak out loudly against corruption. It would perhaps be a different story if they got into power. Kenya is a good example to illustrate this point. When former President Daniel Arap Moi bowed out of politics in 2002, many said it was the end of kleptocracy. But soon, some of the politicians who postured as clean while in the opposition became corrupt overnight. It was their time to eat. From recent reports, corruption is not only in government. There have been reports of the Forum for Democratic Change's failure to account for money provided by the Netherlands Institute for Multi-Party Democracy. The money was for procuring communication equipment, and the institute raised concerns about the accountability. It accused the opposition party of submitting forged receipts. The FDC hit back at NIMD for querying the accountability, saying the institute had acted in bad faith. Insiders say money is the main cause of fallouts in opposition parties, resulting in endless wrangles. It is also the same among other backers, the civil society. Failure to account for funds is easily hushed away in the civil society while they point out the corruption in government. Some of the organizations are said to have turned into family entities, which takes away their moral ground for pointing out corruption in government. Besides, there could be a link between the corrupt on both sides. At the moment, non-government organizations have questioned why the Financial Intelligence Authority is probing them. They say it is a move to gag them. But the authority says it is just doing its job to ensure there's no money laundering. Just like any case of some churches, they do not want their financial records scrutinized. In Uganda, it seems corruption is only fought in government, but tolerated in other non-government entities. The reality, though, is the fight against corruption cannot be left only to the government. All stakeholders must get involved.
That is it we had for you today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is newvision.co.ug/video. You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is the New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionY, Instagram is @NewVisionY, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. Catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Ruth the Voice. Thank you for watching. I end with a fact file.